Hello and namaste. I'm here just to go with the flow and speak from the heart. I'm wondering how all of you are doing, right? That's probably really good. I think it's really good if we ask one another, and if I drop in when I can to ask, how are you doing? What are you moving through? How are you moving through it? And yeah, I mean, we're all moving through some pretty incredible stuff, challenging, incredible stuff. Okay, it doesn't matter which level you are in your soul evolution, it's all really, really incredible. Okay, so before I begin, let's do a few things. I hope you're sitting down. Maybe you're sitting down with a cup of tea, some coffee, some water. Hope you can enjoy that with me. I'm gonna take a few sips here. Because you know what I noticed? Every time I make a video, I'm talking, and my throat gets really dry. And my mouth gets really dry. Plus, hey, we're in fall season. And so I really need to stay warm. My vata gets so high and I get so dry. And yeah, I need to just feel warm and fuzzy all the time. Second of all, let's light some Palo Santo, okay? I want to thank you for being here, stepping into this space with me, clicking on this video. And what I can offer you right now is some clearing. All right, Palo Santo, holy wood. Love Palo Santo, okay? All right. Right now, we are clearing our space. This is an energetic transmission, so don't worry, just be open to receive. We are clearing this sacred space right here across all time, space, dimensions, realities, galaxies, and universes. I'm clearing my space from all lower vibrational energies, entities, all parasitic entities and energies, all toxicity across all time, space, dimensions, realities, galaxies, and universes. I am doing the same for you, cleansing your space across all time, space, dimensions, realities, galaxies, and universes. Okay, from all parasitic energies and entities, all lower vibrational energies and entities right now across all time, space, dimensions, realities, galaxies, and universes. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Okay? Thank you, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, and all the divine beings and divine masters who are assisting us on our journey. I'm calling upon all our divine guides, all the divine beings assisting us at this time, us individually and as a collective and planet Earth at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. So literally, I just decided, hey, I'm going to record a video because sometimes I literally think about stuff, and I do this all the time, and I did this in the past where I had so many good ideas, like, wow, I really want to talk about this, and I want to talk to people about this and get discussions going about this, and then I wouldn't do it. And then a star broski, as I like to call them, a starseed brother, you know, I had this suggestion on Facebook. I don't know, he just got like a conversation started. And when I got to talking to him, he was like, why don't you just give yourself this assignment? Anytime you have an idea, go sit down somewhere, turn on your camera, and just start recording. Just let it come out, whatever it is. And I was like, why didn't I ever think about that? And you know why that is? And why maybe for you and some of you, if you're like me, there's, you know, we have different elements within us. For me, I'm tridoshic, okay? So that means I have all the elements, 3. So that is earth and water, fire and water, air and ether, okay? But a lot of the times, which this will be for everyone, right? And that's part of the process and the journey, is maintaining and cultivating balance within. But a lot of the times we become imbalanced, or so one pushes more than the other, one is a little bit higher than the other, okay? And so I tend to have a lot of air, ether, a lot. And then sometimes it's fire. And so it's weird. And fuck, I mean, sometimes it's earth, you know? So sometimes I feel really fucking lazy, or I feel like I don't want to do anything, or I feel really stubborn. Well, in regards to having ideas and then just thinking about it and then not putting it into action, that is a mix of like my earth and fire, you know, the stubborn energy, but fire in the sense that I can be such a perfectionist. I can be such a perfectionist, and I am extremely detail oriented. I am extremely detail oriented, to the point that I realized within the past year or so that it was actually becoming a fault. It's an amazing talent, don't get me wrong. You know, us kind of people, detail oriented people, we're amazing at doing very certain tasks, where others who don't have that quality, they look to us to be like, hey, can you handle this? Because you're amazing at attention to detail, right? But when you let this kind of like control you to a point and don't have more flexibility, it becomes a fault. It becomes a weakness, okay? And that's with anything, I think, right? But for people who have a lot of fire, so pitta, fire, like I'm saying, we can let it become a fault where it's crippling us. And so I'll just sit there and think, oh, well, this, I need to do this, and I have to make sure I talk about this, and this. And I'll just sit there and think, and then I'll forget about it. And then like a few days go by, and then I'll think about it again. And I'll like sift through the details in my mind and never make anything happen, okay? So this is my attempt at just sitting here, being in space with you, whoever and whenever you see this, you know, just to let whatever flow. You know, I think that this year has been amazing, personally, okay? There's a lot of us that find this year to be incredible and amazing. Perspective, right? It depends on perspective. It depends on, you know, where you're at in your journey and how you're perceiving everything and where you are in your journey and how you handle it and what your spiritual practice looks like, you know. But for many of us who are light workers, who are healers, spiritual teachers, you know, spiritual facilitators, guides, whatever title you want to, you know, give us for the work that we do here on planet Earth and the work that we're called to do. This is literally what we've been called to do. This is one of the hugest things, and that's probably why I feel it's so incredible, because, you know, once I figured out and realized what I was here to do, I just, you know, it's kind of like you go with the flow, or at least I was going with the flow. And I am of service, right? Wherever I am needed and wherever I'm guided. And of course I have social media platforms and my YouTube. Is that considered social media? Probably is now, the way it's gotten turned into, it looks so much like Facebook and Instagram now with stories. But, you know, my website and everything. But now with what's happening worldwide, right? Like, we Lightworkers have been talking about this for years. It's like we had to go through our activation and remembrance and get ready. It's like we went through this hyper fast, crazy boot camp to be ready for everyone else so that we can be of service to all of you during this time and whatever is to come, because what's happening is a huge shift on the planet. There's been a huge shifts taking place for a while, right? Like, there's certain pinpoints in our history in time, right? And so there was like 2012, 2011, 2012, you know, and then we have little blips along the line, and it's like, boom, then this hits, right? I think we all have personal stuff, and maybe some of us have a collective memory of some things since 2012 to now, right? For me, another big one was 2017. Me, along with others, experienced some pretty significant and very noticeable timeline merges and shifts. So that was pretty significant. And now here we are, 2020, right? But even before 2020, it's like some of us could really feel something about to happen at the end of the year. And for me, there was this huge, like, further initiation and activation and integration into the priestess path. Like, something that was so hard to explain to people that was taking place within myself, within my psyche, within my womb. And, you know, so then I just went on a search on social media to try and find others who, you know, could resonate, that did resonate or understood what I was going through or was going through it already. And eventually I did. And sometimes I didn't have to look too far, you know? So if you're making sense of any of this that's just spilling out of me right now, you know, what I'm trying to say is we all have our journeys. We all have significant situations and moments in time that has come to pass or is coming to pass. And sometimes you feel like you're alone. And sometimes you realize there's a group of you, a collective. Sometimes you realize everyone on the planet is experiencing it to an extent, okay? We're all experiencing things right now. And with what's going on with the COVID pandemic, right? And quarantine and all this stuff that's just jumbled everything up, right? And then we have in the United States elections coming up next month. It's just a lot because, oh my God, even just within that's a lot. And so this is what I want to talk about, but in multiple videos, because everything that's been taking place this year is really triggering different things within us as the collective, but it's for a greater purpose, okay? There has to be a huge shift within the human race, okay? As a collective, there has to be a shift that needs to happen and is happening and has been happening, but really it's like a huge one taking place. Like, people are being shocked awake, like, whoa, right? First, there needs to be a shift, right? And there has to be like a reckoning, I guess you could say, an awareness and restructuring of lives, restructuring of perception, restructuring of being, of living, you know, a restructuring of action, a restructuring of how we treat ourselves and treat one another and treat the planet, okay? And like I said, with COVID and everything, what all is being affected, right? Health, and health is physical, mental, spiritual. Okay? Health does not just mean your body. It doesn't mean just physically. Excuse me. Okay, so health is being affected, or things are being triggered around health. Then you have finances, wealth, abundance. People being triggered to see what wounds are there, and shift their way of living Okay, shift your way of living, your way of thinking. If you've gotten to this point yet, you're starting to realize, oh wow, my perception and my thoughts, what I'm feeding in here and what I'm putting out is affecting my external reality. Okay, and that ties in with mental health, your health. Okay, so our finances are being affected in many ways. We've lost jobs, or jobs have been put on hold, or you can't work because the business closed down, or you can't go because you have to take care of someone who has COVID or did have COVID, right? Or trying to find a different way to create money to take care of you and or your family. So we have health, abundance, finances, wealth. Okay, what else has COVID been affecting? I guess I'm imagining people out there talking to me right now. I guess you would have to say, or I would like to say, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with self. To look, now you're starting to like, not even starting, you're practically being forced, right? To be with yourself, to be home more, to be around your family or friends or roommates or whatever the situation is, right? You have to be around yourself and others more. But first I want to talk about self. Okay? Yeah, that's really being affected. Maybe you're realizing that you don't love yourself as much as you thought you did. Maybe you're realizing that you never loved yourself. Maybe you're realizing that, oh, I love myself and I'm amazing and I'm gonna go even deeper in my self-love. Okay? Then you have relationship with others. That's being affected, right? Because we couldn't see the people we care about most or who we hung around. And maybe this time has actually allowed you to reflect and see just how much time, just how much energy, it all translates into energy. How much energy have you spent on people rather than yourself? How much energy have you spent on people that have not helped you grow as an individual? And I don't mean this in a selfish way. I mean this in every way, as in your mental, your spiritual, your physical health. People who truly lift you up, or people who just bring you down, right? This time has probably allowed a lot of you to really reflect on where you've been spending your time and the kind of people. It may have even helped you realize that some of the people you've been hanging out with and spending time with don't give a shit about you. Maybe some people stop calling. They don't want to do video calls. They don't want to chat. Nothing like that. And I don't know where you are at in the world, but some people may still be in lockdown and some not. But here where I am, you can go hang out with your friends, but it depends on people's state of mind. For a while, some people didn't want to be around other people. And then you have some people who are like, I'm going to keep living my life, and I want to see you. I miss you, So it depends on that. And so you'll start to notice who cares about you, who doesn't. Or maybe there's people who are wanting to tend to self more than the outer world. And that's okay too, okay? Because you got to take care of yourself first, right? If your cup is empty, there's nothing to drink from. There's nothing to drink, right? If there's an empty bowl and there's no food in there, you can't give out food, right? Because you haven't even eaten. How can you give your energy to others if you haven't even filled yourself up? So that goes back to this point right here, is the reflection on how much have you been loving on yourself, taking care of yourself in every way, okay? Physically, mentally, spiritually, energetically. Like, how much time have you really been putting into your home, your environment, to help you feel safe, to help you feel motivated and healthy and a better person, right? Diving deeper into yourself, okay? So there's many aspects to that of self-love, looking at your environment, looking at what you are ingesting, right? So, I mean, what you're taking in. So, have you been reflecting on the foods you've been eating, the music you've been listening to, what you're watching, what you're taking in, books that you've been reading or not reading, all kinds of stuff, okay? So far we have health, wealth, self-love, and, relationship with self, relationship with others. Oh, I mean, I'm sure we can keep going, right? This can give you a head, a start on reflecting on how COVID, everything that's taken place right now has affected you in the different areas in your life. So I didn't expect to go this far in the video on these things, but hey, it came out. But two things that I know I've been guided that I know I need to sit down and talk about is how stuff like this, something, wow, I can't come up with a word. Basically, at any moment, any of us could be affected. And it just happens that so many, a grand scale, a large number of people are affected by what has taken place on planet Earth with this COVID-19, right? But, this kind of thing happens with a lot of people on the daily. And so I want to share with you how, we should practice more loving kindness and compassion, not just because of COVID-19, but in general, not just for now, but after things move on, hopefully you'll practice that, far beyond now. Because there are so many people who have been affected by COVID, who have lost homes, who have lost jobs, who have lost loved ones. And so I want to share me and Ty's story of us being homeless. We were just homeless last year. And I feel like what took place in our life was for us to get ready for now so that I can be of service to anyone out there. And it's like, I had to go through another layer of shedding. I had to go through another phase of destruction to just keep ripping away what doesn't serve me and what no longer serves me and what is not real, what's an illusion. That's also something taking place right now. Although it seems chaotic, it's stripping away all that does not matter, what truly does not matter, so that you can see the essence, what truly matters, okay? What truly matters, and for you to be triggered awake, So yeah, I want to sit down and do a video on that, on homelessness, COVID, and compassion and loving kindness. And I know I've been guided to do another video, and for the life of me, I have forgotten. My God, what did it have to do with? Wow, it escapes me. But, yeah, my bad. It'll come back to me. There's some things I have been able to do. I did get my newest episode for She of the Throne podcast up. Now, it is primarily for men, for the masculine collective, especially for divine masculine twin flames, okay? If you know you are on that journey, okay? But even if not, if what I'm saying sparks interest in you, please go check it out, because men are being heavily impacted right now. And they have been since July up until now, and until November 13th, give or take a day. And I wouldn't even say, oh, what's been transpiring for men is just gonna stop on November 13th. Nuh-uh. I'm sorry, it's not. Because usually shadow periods of Mars, or of retrogrades, we're in a Mars retrograde, but shadows of retrogrades continue on past a retrograde. Even when a planet goes direct, there's a shadow period. That's what I'm trying to get at. So even though the Mars will go direct in November, the shadow will not end until January 2nd of next year. So there's so much that is being highlighted that is being put under review right now for all humans, but especially men, okay? Mars is the cosmic masculine. Mars is fire, and fire is masculine. Mars is the man, okay? The masculine energy. So those who have incarnated as a man, right? In male body, male brain, and programming on the planet targeted towards men. There's so much around the programming that was instilled in a man, a masculine's brain, that is being deconstructed right now, okay? And it's hard, it's challenging, it's tough at varying levels for different people. But so much is taking place, but for your highest good. So I encourage you to check out that podcast episode. I think it will be very helpful. Also, Mars is hitting me in a way too. It's affecting me, and I'm, moving slower, trying to think things through with my actions. Therefore, that's why some videos haven't been made yet. My online course isn't even out yet, and that is what's under review for me. I'm considering on re-recording lectures that I already recorded all the way in springtime, right before I found out about COVID. So I was about to launch my online course, and I was starting to record my lectures and found out about COVID, and then a lot of stuff happened, and I've moved a bit since then. And this time has really given me some space to rethink, how I want to record and, everything like that. And so I just want to let you know that my online course isn't out yet. It will be soon. I really want that out. And I know that it's going to help so many people, especially with what's going on the planet. So since a lot of people are waking up and starting to rediscover their spiritual nature and work on getting in alignment, this course is perfect for that. Truly it is. It's a great starting point in anyone's spiritual journey, or even as a reminder, okay? And I actually have videos already up here in my channel and my social media that talk about this course. And if you don't want to go searching for it, you can always leave a comment or message me and ask me more about it, okay? There's that, and I'm trying to think of what else. I know there's other stuff, but I'm glad I sat down just to let it free flow, and talk with you all. I guess, oh, wow, I'm just not used to it. I finally opened an Etsy shop. I wanted to give that a try, because it's a platform where there's already people who get on and look around. So I have sound healings and guided meditations on my Etsy shop. So you can go there and look. I don't have too much right now, but I want to add more to it. I have flower essences, and I actually have an amazing rose tincture that I started on the Venus Moon conjunction, which is highly important. That was something else I wanted to talk about. So that's something else I need to talk about in another video. But yeah, this tincture, I did the work on the Venus Moon conjunction, which is the heart gateway. Okay, it has to do with the heart chakra. So there's a lot of heart chakra stuff going on right now, along with solar plexus stuff that's been going on because of Mars in retrograde. Okay, so yeah, I'll have the rose tincture up once it's done. It won't be ready until maybe mid-November. I think I already have one flower essence up. I need to upload stuff on honeysuckle flower essence if it's not already up. And I have more sound healings that I would like to upload too. So I'm slowly getting stuff up there for all of you. And I want to let you know also, just remind you that I am a pranic healer, okay? It's a lot like Reiki, but not. It's similar, but not, okay? So the work that I do is, with your permission, obviously, when we set up a time and date and all that good stuff, I will go into your aura, your inner aura, and I'll be able to see negative cords, and I'll be able to detach these negative cords, sweep out congested energy. That's what we like to call it, okay? So I'll be sweeping out your inner aura, getting all that yucky energy out. And then I go into each of your chakras, okay? Each one of your chakras. And I clear them out as well. So if you're interested in an energy healing like that, you know, if you have any questions about that, please hit me up. You know, I'm open to questions and would love to help. I mean, this is the work that I do, so I love it. And it's amazing. Pranic healing is an amazing tool to really help you on your journey. And, you know, I do it on myself all the time. I do it on my partner. You know, it's good work. It's good stuff, and helps in making some significant shifts. But of course, after a pranic session, you have to do your inner work so that you can maintain a healthier aura, okay? And yeah, I mean, it depends on you how many, you know, you can come to me once, right? I'm not gonna tell you need to come back to me. If you felt like you needed to come back to me, or if you wanted some coaching or something afterwards, we could do something like that. That's all I can think of for now, honestly. And I gotta hop off here and get back to some stuff I was doing. But thank you for sitting here with me. Let me see. So one thing I want to share with you right now that I decided to join in on and observe for myself and dive in my own way is observing and celebrating Navratri. So, that sounds funny. Navratri. Yeah, I admit I'm new to saying that word. I don't know. I had a few signs about it. Literally maybe 3 girlfriends told me about it within the past year, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it this time. So I encourage you to look this up and look into it yourself and see in what ways you can honor the divine feminine, the goddess, okay? The mother goddess, Shakti, okay? Feminine energy within yourself, you know, and the cosmic mother. I think it goes really well with what's going on with Mars retrograde, okay? You got the masculine being deconstructed and everything around the masculine, right? The masculine ego and anger, lust and frustration, war, violence, you know, all these, how would you, imbalanced masculine qualities can be eradicated, can be overcome by Shakti, your feminine energy, okay? So I just encourage you, even beyond Navratri, to really go within and honor your Shakti and to start balancing your masculine and feminine. Okay, because yeah, that's really the ultimate goal, is to, you know, balance our masculine and feminine, to be balanced and whole, and a lot of other good stuff. That's for another video. Thank you. Thank you for being here, tuning in. And I'm throwing this in there, you know, it's gonna sound corny and all that, but I'm noticing such a drastic change on YouTube and everything with algorithms. So please, if you like this video, please share with others that you think will be interested or that it would help. Share on your social media. Please like this video. And if you do decide to subscribe, I'd love to have you subscribe, but please hit the notification bell, because apparently so much has changed, and, you know, I'm seeing my viewership, you know, oh my God, grow. Sorry, I'm having all these brain farts. You know, I'm seeing like growth, but it's so strange. It's like the actual views has drastically declined, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So please help me out here. That's another way you can support me. You know, just share, like the video, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified of my work. I'm sure I get buried in with other YouTube videos, okay? I'd love to see you on all my other social media. I'm more active on Instagram, gonna be honest. And yeah, and if you are feeling very generous, I am open to love donations, accepting through Cash App and Venmo. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself, and Just try to tune in and listen to yourself and be kind to yourself and to others. Namaste. Mitakoe o yasin. Aroha nui.